Schools best. The standard team will find your Instagram picture and will print it out for you and put it up on the pinboard there. You can collect that print out picture a little bit later. Really good information from the standard.
Well, welcome back, folks. Game 3, day 1, Centrebank Kersey Easter Rugby Festival. HTS Drostdy against the Green Machine from Glenwood. We're in for an absolute cracker, Gareth Jenkinson.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. We've been entertained by some really good rugby in the first 2 games. Obviously, heartbreak for Kersey in the first match. They lost at the death. And then our second match, we had... Well, what was the result there, Nick?
Pretoria boys went away with 14-10 winners over Queen's College, probably deservingly, to be fair.
Good game, though. Probably a lot higher standard than the first game. Really good defence from both.
Service. VC.
Gone.
Someone gives a thumbs up if we really go.
We don't have, there's no image here, hey?
Well, looks like we're back up and running folks. From Wellington. Worcester, I mean.
There we have it.
The pride of Worcester, I would say. The known as the donkeys down in that part of the world.
I believe this is our first scrum of the match.
I think you're correct, Gareth.
Interesting to see how this goes.
Drostdy with the feed. Elias to the left-hand side, beats one, taken in a second tackle, but it's a really good run up towards his own 10-meter line. Elias wants it, he comes to the right-hand side. Good hands, crashing up. As Tommy Bezada notes, oh no, penalty.
He was definitely offsides there.
No, he was a few yards offsides, that's, to be fair. I think I could have called that, and I'm not a referee.
Elias was so caught off there, didn't even realise he'd missed the ball. Really quiet start here for Glenwood. Very similar, in fact, to how Kersney started off this morning. Feeling it out, doing a lot of tackling. Only had 1 or 2 chances to run with the ball, while Drostdy have been doing all the talking.
Yeah, bear with us, folks. We've got the Drostdy team list here. Unfortunately, the handwriting resembles that of a doctor's. so we do have to do a bit of deciphering here as it comes off the top for Drostdy. A couple misses, gets the ball into the hands of Koen Jasper. Good defending by Glenwood there, not letting him get over the gain line. Bit scrappy there, but it's come back on the Drostdy side again. Elias to the left-hand side. Or the pass on the shoulder, and it's picked up. It's Conan Lafleur. He looks like he's going to have a clean enough set of ears to go all the way. The chase is coming in. He's in under the sticks. Jersey number 21 playing in the centres. Conan Lafleur gets in for the first try against the runner play. But Glenwood on the board early. You can't make mistakes against a side like this.
Oh, Conan Lafleur showed a clean pair of heels there. He was worried about the men behind him, but he pinned his ears back and he got away. And you have to say that is, it's a bit of a gift for Glenwood. They've been on the back foot for most of the start of this game. The first 10 minutes they've been doing a lot of tackling, but as any good team does, when they're presented half an opportunity, they capitalise.
And Jaden Hendricks kicks that one a mile over. So, Glenwood 7-0 up. 9 minutes gone against the runner play, but we must mention the fact that Lusanio Elias has probably made 2 poor passes that have cost Drostdy either possession and now points.
It's certainly, scoreboard's not a reflection of who's been playing all the rugby this morning. Drostdy will want to get back into Glenwood's half, pile on the pressure again like they have been. Glenwood will be looking for a clean kick-off take here.
So Sean Baxter gets us back underway with a nice hanging restart. The foot through from Sianda Tele.
That was some contact. Tele made the tackle, but he ended up getting landed on by far the smaller man.
So Drostdy got the ball in the Glenwood half again. Baxter, cut out pass. Short ball, but unfortunately it doesn't go to hand. Overrun it a little bit. Had Koen Jasper knock on. He looked like he was in a bit of space too.
I was hoping our TV crew would take us back to that contact, because we had young Pele getting crushed by the 120 kg Tommy Bezadenhout from HTS Drostdy.
Good grief. They don't make them like they used to, that's for damn sure. To be fair, Pele stood his ground.
He did, and he's out there looking no worse for wear.
So they come to the left-hand side. Do Glenwood. Oh, a few little wrap around there. It's a brilliant little move there. They've got a man over here on the left-hand side. All he has to do is draw and pass. Clearly, boggling. Oh, no. Couldn't hold on. Happened right in front of us.
Lovely, lovely movement from the Glenwood backs. Joe Jonas making up all the yards on the outside there. He chose to pass it on the outside to Hele, who just run out of a little bit of space, and Jonas had overrun the pass as well.
Good wraparound move there from Reinhard Jonker, the fly half for Glenwood, opening up that space on the outside. Massive scrum here for HTS Drostdy. But they do have a massive front row if we look at their numbers. 125 kilos, 90 kilos, and 119 kegs on the tight head.
It's a lot of movement in that scrum. Glenwood are just over eager.
So free kick. Free kick goes the way of HTS Drostdy right on the own 5 metre line. As you said, Gaz, I think Glenwood just getting over eager, trying to get the ascendancy at that scrum.
Yeah, there's no need really. Clearly they're trying to pile the pressure on deep in Drostdy's half, but really no need.
That's a brilliant kick from that tight angle from the fly of Sean Baxter.
He's made a good 40 metres there. And there we go. That's just an example of one error at a scrum, and you've just given your opponents a huge reprieve. They've got 40 meters on that kick.
5-man line out. Glenwood go. Brilliant throw in the end, just over the fingertips of the Drostdy defenders. Crashing it up in the middle of the field. Jersey number 19, that's George Luzolo. Hendricks misses his runners, but they've got advantage. Great pickup from the man in jersey number 23, but he's trying to go on the inside. Advantage over. Scrum down, HTS Drostdy.
It looked like Conradi with excellent hands there and a lovely inside-outside step. Made the half break. And once again, just looking for that little offload. And we've seen it all morning. A lot of those offloads not going to hand. I'd like to see the players hold on to the ball, recycle it, play it through the phases. Their teammates will certainly thank them for it.
Drostdy still under the pump here in their own half of the field, on their own 22. Elias puts it in. Good scrum from Glenwood. They go to the left-hand side. Little step in the end from Grobela. Gaining a couple meters for his team. Elias again, short ball. Good run there from the number 16, Stefan Schwartz. Glenwood getting over the ball, and they've won a penalty. Brilliant work by Jaden Hendricks, by the looks of things. The scrum half gets over the ball.
Yeah, not often you see the scrum halves at the bottom of the racks pinching those turnovers.
Oh, here we go. Quick tap from Glenwood. Lafleur into the hands.
Oh.
What a pass! Absolute beauty into the pass of Clele.
He showed the dummy, but he still got the pass away as the players turned their backs. And Clele went in, flying on the outside. There was no stopping him.
That's unbelievable composure from Conan Lafleur to draw on the defenders and then make the pass behind the back of the one defender into the hands of Clele, who had absolutely no one in front of him and just coasted in for the score. And so Glenwood.
Take a look at this try again on the replay. The quick play caught them napping. Simple hands. And take a look at Lafleur here. Shows a dummy and then lets the pass go. Taylor was on the outside. There was no catching him. Lovely, lovely try. And it has to be said about Conan Lafleur. If you took a look at him and you didn't have a number on his back, you'd be mistaken, or you wouldn't be wrong for thinking he's a hooker or a front ranker. He's a short, stocky man. He's really going to stop defenders, and that's exactly what happened there. They're worrying about taking the big man down, and Haley has got all the gas on the outside to score the tries.
So Hendrickson misses the kick to the left of the uprights. Glenwood 12-0 up. 16 minutes to go. Cancel that. 14 minutes to go in this half. Drostdy, who had most of the opening exchanges, are now the ones chasing the game. Baxter with the restart. Goes deep. Not a good chase there. Hendrickson in his 22 is able to release the kick, and it's a beauty. It's a beautiful kick from the scrum half there. Under a bit of pressure from the chasing players from Drostdy, has taken play all the way to the Drostdy 10-meter line. It now seems like the momentum has completely shifted in the favour of the Green Machine.
100%. They weathered a bit of a storm in those first 5 minutes of the match. And just off that kickoff restart there, that's exactly what the teams are looking for. A clean take, kick it out of your half and take the pressure off your teammates.
So Drostdy with the feet to the line out. They go to the front, not contested. Elias with the wide ball into the hands of Baxter, who skips out. Ooh, big contact there. Okay, Drostdy with the ball on their own 10-meter line. Elias still with it, coming to the right-hand side. Gives it off into the hands of Bredenkamp. Good defending there from Glenwood. Taking him behind the gain line as they try and flood the breakdown. Elias with the box kick into a little bit of space. The ball bounces. It's fallen into the hands of Schwartz, who knocks it on, unfortunately, with the tension from Clele. The ball's gone out in the end. But Schwartz might have found himself in a bit of luck there if he has managed to keep hold of that one.
I think he was thanking his lucky stars. The hooker obviously waiting out on the wing off that line out. Kick chase, the ball bounced into his hands. Probably wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. Seems to be the way that teams play these days. I know the All Blacks do it incredibly well. As you keep your hooker in the wide areas, out in the trams, And hookers these days are pretty much loose forwards.
Yeah. Big and mobile. Very, very handy to have out wide, especially when you're trying to keep onto the ball. Once the ball is moved into the wide sections of the pitch.
So the ball pops out the back for Glenwood. Hendricks with the wide ball to Lafleur. Good step. Steps a couple. Keeps on going. Tries to get the offload. It's well picked up in the end and scrapped up by Glenwood. They fly into the ruck there. Hendricks comes to the left-hand side. Oh, the kick has been charged down. Hendricks' beg your pardon, Jonker's kick was charged down as it's on the Drostdy side now. They go to the left. Elias with the little grubber through from Baxter. It's a well-weighted kick in the end, and it's popped out off the field of play. Line-out's going to go the way of HTS Drostdy.
It looks like Hendricks had just got a hand onto that ball as it was running into touch.
It's a very well-weighted little grubber there from Sean Baxter.
Glenwood not doing themselves any favour there by taking the ball wide. Lafleur just cut back in. Unnecessary little pass. Charge down. And now they're defending their try line.
So, 5-man line out for the men from Worcester. Good take in the air there from the number 7. They've put it down. They're trying to maul this one. Ball's at the back with Schwartz. As they push forward, someone's lost a boot and back play. They look like they've got a bit of momentum going on. Yeah, Schwartz is over.
And that's the first mauling try we've seen of the tournament so far.
Great patience shown by HTS Drostdy. Managed to get the ball back. Got into the hands of Henrik Nordia. Pulled it back into the hands of Schwartz. Good patient little maul there. And Glenwood didn't have any answers. Try time, HTS Drostdy.
Yeah, it's great cohesion from the Drostdy forwards. Composed, brought the ball down, shifted it to the back of that maul, and they just rumbled over. Glenwood forwards might be a little bit disappointed that they couldn't get more behind that maul, but it is the first mauling try we've seen of the weekend, and you would expect it from teams like Drostdy and Glenwood. Big focus on their set pieces, and a very, very well taken mauling try.
Baxter's conversion from out wide on the left is a brilliant one. So, 12 points to 7. Glenwood lead. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half of this one. Just have a look here. Look how patient they were. They didn't worry about the fact that there was a counter shove from Glenwood. Got themselves back on the front foot, and it was just a walk-in for Schwartz in the end. By the looks of things, that's not going to be the first one he's going to score at the back of the maul this week.
Yeah, this Drostdy side is going to be definite contenders over the weekend.
Hendricks with a bit of a Vorvor restart. Nordia takes it in. The man who started that one with a good take at the line out. He's shrugged off one defender. Takes the ball down. Oh, that's not a great pass from Elias, but it's gone backwards into the hands of Dupré. They've managed to get it to the ground. Oh, big run coming in from the man number 17, Tommy Bezuidenhout. Elias to the left-hand side. Baxter, skip pass into the hands for Janssen on the
Lovely
outside.
run.
Ball on the inside, but that final pass unfortunately doesn't got a hand. The ref says play on.
Pressure's
it's a foot
on,
race now. Getting back for it. The ball's popped out, but it's going to be dotted down by Glenwood. 22 dropouts are called from Blake Beattie, but HTS Drostdy seemed to be shifting this momentum. Oh, no, I apologize. It was taken back by Glenwood. It's going to be a scrum down 5 meters out for Drostdy. This could be a big swing.
It could be. You have to commend Janssen on that line break there, all the way just outside Drostdy's 22, sniffed a little bit of space, showed a clean pair of heels to make that break, and then put the boot to ball. Put all the pressure on Glenwood, and look how far they've come. 5 meter scrum, all the pressure on the boys from Durban.
Now they've got options on both sides. Scrum 5 meters out, middle of the field. Most of the backline lined up to the left-hand side. It's at the back for Elias to Baxter. And the cut back into the hands of number 13, Christy Grobler. Still 5 meters out. Oh, pass goes to Dwan Bredenkamp. Elias to the left once again. Baxter, the pass doesn't go to hand. Glenwood have the ball now on the defensive. Knock knock is the call from Blake Beatty, the referee. Glenwood breathing a sigh of relief. Here we go. Look at the little break on the outside. Picked his man to defend against. Janssen stepping on the inside. Unfortunately, that one didn't go to hand, but the good boot in. Chasing back hard for Glenwood was Freddie Slabbert. And then it popped over, but luckily for Glenwood, they've managed to get the ball back here and got a defensive scrum deep inside their 22. Jaden Hendrickson feeds the scrum. Good pressure from, it was a good counter shove there from Glenwood in the end. Hendrickson's got more than enough time to clear his lines. Good exit there from Glenwood. The pop-up from George Luzolo into the hands of Hendrickson, who takes play just outside the 22.
Still not out of danger yet, Glenwood. Drostdy camped in their half. May look to set another driving maul here. Nope, they move the ball out.
Baxter looking for a short runner that's taken hard in contact there in the middle of the
Lovely
field.
hands.
Here we go. Glenwood have got men over. Lafleur's got the ball in hand here. Beats one. Nudges off one defender. Oh, but unfortunately can't get that pass. The magic pass to Kele.
He was looking for it again. Maybe he should have just let it go straight to Kele. He might have had a little bit more gas in him. But still, Glenwood running out of their half. And this game keeps changing hands.
It's definitely a win there for Glenwood, considering the amount of meters that they made there. So Schwartz, the try scorer, to feed the line out for HTS Drostdy. Goes to the front. Nordier's been their go-to man off the top to Elias. It's a big pass he's had to make there for Baxter, who's put a little chip in behind the Glenwood defenders. Oh, what a run there. Coming in hard from fullback was Joe Jonas.
Oh!
But now it is turnover. Cohen Janssen with the ball out to his wing. The little chip through. There's no one at home. Bounces on the inside. The toe ahead doesn't work for HTS Drostdy. Glenwood have the ball. They're trying to pop it up in their own 22.
Drostdy have come away with it though.
They've got the ball right on the 5-meter line of Glenwood. Schwartz with the ball at the back. Looks like he's going to pick and go. Goes to the left-hand side. Defended by his opposite number. Drostdy need to be patient here. Elias into the hands of the number 17, Tommy Poseidon, to unfortunately loses the ball. But there's no advantage here for HTS Drostdy. They're going to get the scrum feed 5 meters out.
You have to say the fitness levels of the boys is pretty impressive. That's gone up and down the field in the space of a minute. And they're still looking fresh. I know I would be huffing and puffing if I was out there. Certainly wouldn't have been the first one back.
Nope. Just a couple minutes left in the first half here. Attacking scrum for HTS Drostdy. It's a good solid scrum from Drostdy. Comes to the back. Baxter. Dummy switch. It's popped out. It's been knocked on first by HTS Drostdy. And then knocked on by Glenwood. So Glenwood, once again, get a reprieve. They're going to have a scrum in their own 22.
And they're doing well to hold on to that little lead that they've got so far. These last 3 minutes of this half are going to be crucial, though. They won't want to concede any points. But both teams will be looking to get on the scoreboard one last time before they head into the sheds.
As they say.
As they say. Of course, they don't take their half-time break in the sheds. They stand out there in the sun on the pitch and talk it out.
In the baking sun. Couldn't think of anything worse. No oranges for the players either.
No.
Oh, it's popped out for the left-hand side for HTS Drostdy off the Glenwood scrum. Christy Grobler taking it into contact. Elias again, Glenwood on the back foot. Schwartz crashing it up, but it's been turned over. Brilliant work there from Tabiso Mdleche.
They're going to work the ball out wide again.
Into the hands of Trele. He's got some toe, this man. What a step! Oh, he's been scragged there. There's a flag out.
Referee Blake Beatty's not wasting any time calling a high tackle. He's not going to take it any further though. Just a desperation in that tackle. High, took Trele down. Have a look here on the replay.
Brilliant work from Trele. Inside one. And then the big forward sees him and just scrags him.
He just reached out for anything he could grab, unfortunately. Love that left foot step from Trele. If he had a little bit more space, he would have been gone.
No, he's been electric for Glenwood in the first half so far. Real threat on the left-hand side here. So Olafia to feed the line out, goes right to the back, but unfortunately it's gone over the top. Brilliant work there from the number 6 for HTS Drostdy. He's made a lot of meters. Has Benicio Comfort. Elias looking to the left-hand side. Baxter, dummies on the inside. He's scragged in a good tackle on the halfway line. Glenwood try to flood it, try to turn over. Is that Conan de Fleur? He's managed to turn it over. Glenwood have the ball inside HTS Drostdy's half of the field.
That's great vision there. He spouted all the space. It's a foot race now.
Straight up the middle of the field. That's a brilliantly weighted kick from Hendrickson. And it's going to be a scrum down 5 meters out to Glenwood. Just a minute left in the first half. Glenwood with one more opportunity to get points on the board.
Really, really great vision there from Hendrickson to see that there's no one home. And look at that. He's put the ball back. It's been touching goal. And now Glenwood have an attacking scrum 5 meters out. Poor old Kayele didn't even get a chance to catch his breath. He's chasing everything.
Well, wings do spend a lot of time doing nothing on the field, so let's get him involved. He is wearing the number 15 jersey, but playing on the left wing. So Glenwood, big scrum here needed for them. They get the go forward. Hendricks with a little snap down the left-hand side. He's over the line. The scrum off's over. Snaps around the left-hand side. They got a good left shoulder there, which gave him that opportunity. Open up the space on the left-hand side of the scrum. He takes the opportunity. With the attention of a couple defenders, he gets over for the score. The man who set it up, got them down there. It's fitting that he gets over the line for the 5 points. So just look here again, Gaz.
Definitely well deserved. Look at him. As he picks the ball up off that left shoulder, he has a look for Kele, sees he's nowhere near, backs himself. Shows really good strength for a scrum off to fight off a flanker number 8 and the scrum off and get over the line for Glenwood.
This will be the last play of the half. Hendrickson trying to convert his own try. It gives a little bit of daylight now with a 17 points to 7 lead. Struck that beautifully. It's an absolute ripper of a kick. And so that's 19-7 half-time break. Geez, well that ebbed and flowed, didn't it, Gaz?
Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, we lost the stream for about 5 minutes there, but in that 5 minutes of the first half, HTS Drostdy were playing all the rugby. They were camped on Glenwood's line. Glenwood had to defend for their lives. And they did so, got their noses ahead. Drostdy hit back a little bit, but Glenwood had the final say of the half. And you always talk about that being a confidence booster, being the last team to score before the halftime break. Glenwood definitely taking the confidence into the break.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think the fact that whatever breeze there is seems to be aiding them in the second half, blowing from left to right as you look at the screen. They've been buoyed by that try there. If we just have a look at this, that was Hendrickson once again who decided to take that one quickly. And then Conan Lafleur just showing the presence of mind to open up the space on the outside for Gele to get it into the corner. Then it was Drostdy who hit back well through a very, very well worked maul. Man in number 16 jumper, Stefan Schwartz going over for the score.
It must be said, Schwartz has been pretty impressive for Drostdy in the first half. And then this is a try that went a begging. Great opportunity for Drostdy. The ball was kicked through. Glenwood's number 8 had to work incredibly hard to get back to stop the try. But unfortunately, he carried the ball over the line, and it gifted Drostdy a 5-meter scrum, but they didn't get a chance to capitalize. Here's another little run from Hele. Unceremoniously dumped. High tackle.
That is a clothesline if I've ever seen one.
And look at this step.
Yeah. Nearly fish hooked him. But Glenwood, from this box kick, they managed to get right down into the Drostdy half. But it was a brilliant kick chase in the end. 2 players from Glenwood there. Brilliant work from them. It was Joe Jonas and Bele who managed to bundle him over the line. And then off the scrum here, we just see the left shoulder from Calvin Wilson working really hard on the loose head. Hendrickson thought he might have been scragged there, but kept powering the legs. Got himself over for a brilliant score.
Coaches won't be happy with that try, especially your number 8 and your blindside flank letting a scrum half get the better of you. That's not good enough.
Yeah, Gareth, I just want to have a chat about one aspect that I've seen in the first 2.5 games so far is how players have all been looking to offload in the tackle, no matter what the situation, whether they've been on the front foot or been defending. It seems that there's always been that look to offload. Do you not think that maybe players just need to calm it down a little bit, and when you're in a position where the pass isn't necessarily on, or it's a 50-50 ball, especially when you're in the lead, it's hold on to it and set it up?
100%. We've seen a lot of balls go down, a lot of little knock-ons where their teammates just aren't quite expecting the pass, and like you say, it comes down to players having a little bit of patience, realizing if they hold on to the ball, they're going to go to ground. They've got support players there, and rather just recycle, play through some phases. It gives your whole team a chance to compose themselves, get some structure back, and actually play some rugby. Every time you try and throw a pass like that, it doesn't go to hand, knock on, reset, and you've lost all the momentum that you've built.
Just looking at both sets of forwards, it's been quite evenly matched, considering that not a lot of the game has been played in the forwards. It seems to be that both sides are willing to run the ball. That's what you want to see at Festival Rugby. Both teams have a crack, but with that element of composure.
100%. And I actually have to commend the Drostdy forwards. They've been really, really good today, and like we said, in that first 5 minutes they were firing. They were composed, and that's exactly what their coaches want for them. They set the platform. Glenwood's forwards have done the same as well. So it's going to be a really, really interesting second half. Glenwood are ahead 19-7, but that really doesn't put them in the clear at all, as we saw in the first match where Kersney had a 15-0 lead at half-time and they ended up losing the game in the last 5 seconds.
Definitely. Games are never dead, obviously, but until the final whistle. But it seems that Glenwood have got the rub over the Drostdy guys so far in this one. They've been a little bit more clinical when they've had the ball, and the sort of passing from the base of the ruck, from the base of the scrum has been more precise, which has given them better ball on the front foot.
100%. Just looking at the Glenwood team there, Coach Derek Heiberg, also the coach of College Rovers, my old coach. I know him well. I'm sure he would have had some complimentary words, but he's a stern man, high standards. I'm sure he would have been telling his boys to keep it up, keep it tight, keep working hard, because if they give Drostdy a sniff here, the visitors are hungry. They'll come out firing.
Yeah, just talk to me about him when you played under him. Where does your strengths lie?
Coach Derek is very much about structures. He has a certain game plan. You can see similarities in the Glenwood game plan and obviously Rovers when I played there. He's also very much focused on players' performances. He has KPIs in place, so you have to hit a certain amount of collisions and that sort of thing. So the players' performances are very measured, which allows you to really be honest with them about their performances. It's actually quite nice to play under a system like that.
Well, Glenwood get the game back underway, and unfortunately for Drostdy, they haven't been able to take the ball cleanly. They've tried to go quickly, but it looked like the lineup was pretty close to formed. So Blake Beattie calls them back. Glenwood on the front foot, ready in the second half here. Drostdy with the lift at the restart, but mistimed and misjudged, and the ball pops over his head, goes into touch. I think it obviously touched it, so now it's a line out to Glenwood, just outside the 22 of Drostdy. Shortened line out. They got forward runners out, but it's a brilliant steal there from Nordia. He's been their go-to man at line-out time for Drostdy. Big carry from Benicio Kamfer. He's run hard for them all day. Elias comes to the right-hand side. Nordia with a little shift on. Bezuidenhout takes it into contact. I beg your pardon, Dion Breedenkamp takes it into contact. Baxter takes the ball on the right-hand side of the field. Glenwood very organised on defence at the moment. Nordia, but he can't hold on to that one. He's knocked it on. The man who's been so reliable for them at line-out time and also got them the ball at the beginning of that phase, unfortunately knocks it on.
No, that's disappointing. I think they played one phase too many there. They could have just kicked the ball downfield and given themselves some breathing room. Instead, they had Glenwood perfectly lined up ahead of them in defence, and they piled on the pressure. And now look at it, turnover just outside the 22. It's a good opportunity for Glenwood to launch an attack.
Strong position for the scrum for Glenwood. Good shove from the green machine. Hendrickson to the right hand side. Jonker, but it's not clean for Glenwood, but they managed to win the ball back. Good stuff from Jonas, committing himself to winning that ball back for them. Hendrickson looking for some runners. Into contact goes Mgleche.
Glenwood have done really well to keep the ball there.
Hendrickson, Jonker with a little chip through into the 22. It's bounced well, but brilliant take in the end from
he's found some space as well.
And Gallant has kicked the ball into some open real estate down in the Glenwood half of the field. Jonas has to get back. He's done brilliantly there. Beats off one defender. Drostdy trying to get over the ball, but it's still back on the Glenwood side here. Hendrickson wants it. Glenwood player battling in back play, but that one's gone straight up. And it's coming down on the ruck. But it's come back on the side of HTS Drostdy. Couple Glenwood players down. Elias to the left-hand side. Baxter. Good short ball into Bezuidenhout's hands. The ball out here. They've got space on the left-hand side. It's into the hands of Mans. Mans in the corner. Oh, my goodness gracious me. He's done a forward flip, and I think he's taken the Glenwood players down, but it's a great try in the end for him. Adrian Mans scoring in the corner for HTS Drostdy. But we worried about the well-being of the Glenwood defender.
He is moving. I think he might have just caught a boot or something to the head there as Mans dived into the corner. Take a look at this.
Well played from HTS Drostdy. They just managed to, that pass there got them into the open spaces.
That was a pearl of a pass. And Mans had the outside, got through. Take a look at this finish.
Oh, I think it might have been a knee.
It's either a knee or a hip to the head. Really hard part of the body. If you get hit in the head like that, you might be catching some Z's.
Reinhard Jonker, the number 10 for Glenwood, trying to get across there to make a try-saving tackle.
This is the second instance we've seen of this morning where defenders have tried to get across to the corner to make that try-saving tackle, and they've come off a little bit worse for wear. I'm sure he's going to be all right. He is sitting up. It's going to be another case of a trip to the change room for a concussion test, I think. Obviously, player safety paramount. They don't take any chances with concussion. But really, going back to that, what a fantastic try for Drostdy, showing it's not all about their forward pack. Let the ball do the work, got it out to the wing.
Baxter can't cut that one back in, unfortunately.
And there you have it, 19 points to 12. Glenwood lead, HTS Drostdy.
So there's going to have to be a change here for Glenwood as Jonker comes from the field. I thought he might have wanted to carry on playing, but he's definitely not going to take another part in this one. Coming onto the field in jersey number 22 is Dylan Pretorius. We'll just see whether he'll slot into fly half or whether they'll shift the back line around. Hendrickson with the restart. That's a good high-hanging kick. Taken in just outside the 22. HTS Drostdy. Great run in there from their number 8, CJ van Rensburg, and their skipper. Elias looking for his short runners into the hands of Breedenkamp once again. He's done a lot of running.
Yeah, it's 120 kg, tight head, getting through all the hard yards.
Baxter, short ball into the hands of Comfort. Good defending from Glenwood, though. They saw the short angle to the right-hand side. It looks like they might have a number. Nordia takes on the defenders. Good pass on the inside to his captain. Taking play all the way up to the Glenwood 10-meter line. Good play here from Drostdy. Good continuity. Baxter. Oh, that's a good little step from Christy Grobler. Elias with a little snipe. Good defending from Glenwood. Keeping him honest there around the fringes. Left-hand side once again. Oh, that's the pass has been knocked forward, I think, from Glenwood. It's gone forward off Conan Lafleur's hand. Scrum down, Drostdy ball. A lot better continuity shown by the Donkeys.
Yeah, you can see they probably took a lot of confidence out of that try that they've just scored. And their big ball carriers, Breedenkamp, Comfort, and of course the skipper, CJ van Rensburg, prominent in that little passage of play there with some really, really good carries. Once again, we spoke about it at half-time. Not looking for those offloads, just tucking the ball under their arms, doing the hard yards. And they'll be looking to stage another attack from this scrum just inside Glenwood's half.
It's a good scrum from Glenwood, but it's back on the Drostdy side. Baxter with his hands on it, gives a short ball into the hands of Gallant.
Oh.
Gallant really cutting lines there. Grobler has to do the cleaning up. Good defending from Glenwood. They've driven him back over his own over the 10-meter line. But he's kept the ball well. Elias to the left-hand side. Nordia, fuller running. He gets the pass away. Brilliant hands in the end from Drostdy. Glenwood trying to get over the ball. They've turned it over. Brilliant work from Glenwood. And Gletcher might be the man credited with that turnover. Taken in, slab it up to the 10-meter line. Left again, Hendrickson. Looks like they've got numbers over here if they want to get it wide. Lafleur takes it in. Dele looking for an option on the inside. Takes him on the outside. Brilliant work from the winger who gets a pass away on the inside. The skipper, Hendrickson, the scrum half, is going to get in under the sticks.
That's his second try of the match. Hendrickson just found himself in the right space, tracking on the inside as all the best scrum halves do, and gets over for Glenwood. Extend their lead to 24-12.
That's brilliant work once again from Sianda Kele on the left-hand side of the field.
He really is lightning out there. It always seems like left wings are always more in the action, but not many of them are as good as Kele. Take a look at this.
Just holding the ball up, getting on the outside of the defender, beating one, beating two, and then presence of mind to just shift it on the inside. That is a pass that you can make because there's no defenders on too tight around you, and you've got to play in open space. So
100%.
Good vision shown from the winger. Hendrickson, no problem with the 2 points. So Glenwood starting to put some daylight between themselves and the Donkeys.
Try to extend the Glenwood lead.
21 minutes to go in this fixture. Drostdy are going to have to do a lot of work as they make a change. Coming onto the field is Wynand du Plessis in jersey number 2. He's going to replace probably their best player so far, Stefan Schwartz.
I have to agree with you there, Nick. But fresh legs is fresh legs. 20 minutes left in this half. They need something to change the tide. As Glenwood are really putting their heads further ahead.
It's all going to be how the the kickoff's not a bad one, but unfortunately the skipper CJ van Rensburg couldn't win that one back. It's a knock on. They get options here. Do they want to take the line out of the scrum?
There's a little bit of deliberation there. Take the line out. Nope, take the scrum.
Got to get your head ahead here. Who's it going to be? Scrum down, Glenwood ball in their own half of the field. It was a pretty enterprising restart there from Drostdy, giving themselves an opportunity to try and win that one back. But it was just a bit hot for CJ van Rensburg to handle.
Blake Bleety blowing the whistle there. Obviously he's also a well-known referee in KZN, does a lot of the club rugby matches. I think he's done a good job here today. Although the boys have behaved themselves, they're not getting too fired up. Always makes the refs' life a lot easier when the players listen.
No David Warner's out there today. Hendricks at a feed. Good quick ball to the back there. Into the hands of Pretorius, they found some space. Jonas on the left-hand side of the field puts a kick through for Taylor to chase, but the ball wins.
Not sure that was the right option there. And put the ball to boot way before he needed to. Could have shifted across the field, switched it up with Hele coming on the inside. Nevertheless, deep in Drostdy's half. And a good platform for Glenwood if they can get a turnover here at the line-out.
Change for Glenwood coming onto the field in jersey 17, Jordan Clark. We're not too sure just yet as to who he's replacing. I think he's going to be coming on. He's coming on for Calvin Wilson onto the loose head side of the scrum. It's a strong game, Calvin Wilson. Been really good in the tights. That's all you need from your prop forwards.
Yeah, so Calvin Wilson's a big unit as well.
So it's a bit stroppy there, but Glenwood have managed to get the ball back. But Drostdy seem to have ripped it away. Comfort has got the ball. Bit scrappy there from both sides. And Glenwood have got the scrum once again on the attack inside the Drostdy 22 of the field. Another solid attacking platform here for Glenwood. Playing fly off Dylan Pretorius. And just outside him at inside centre is JC Conradi. So Pretorius takes on the cutback to Lafleur. Not a great pass. He can't hold it. So Drostdy get the ball and hack it forward, and it's advantage over. Jonas with an opportunity to run back at Drostdy just outside the 22. Good work on the ground from Drostdy, but it's a penalty to Glenwood. Not rolling away at the ruck. Rowan Janssen is the man guilty, and didn't hesitate at Glenwood to opt to go for the shot at goal.
Yeah, Hendricks put his hand up straight away, said I'll have a dig. And really no need to kick for the line or set another scrum here. Good opportunity to put a little bit more space between themselves and Drostdy. It is, of course, midday here, so the heat is probably at its worst right now. You can see the players are looking quite tired. 15 minutes left to play in the match as well, in what's been a pretty high-tempo game.
Hendricks with a good strike, and it's split the uprights. Another 3 points for Glenwood, 29 points to 12. Now they lead. 16 minutes to go. A couple more changes for Glenwood. Coming onto the field, jersey number 5. That's Lunga Nube. He's a big boy, old Lunga Nube. So it just doesn't. There's no relenting here for Drostdy.
Yeah, he is. He's a full 1.94 m. Probably, no, he's not the tallest player on the field. Werner Kutsia, 1.95 by the looks of it. They just get bigger and bigger.
That they do. Looks like there's a bit of confusion as to who's supposed to be on and off the field. Glenwood looks like they've got their 15 players. Drostdy go deep off the restart. It's not a bad one though, it's given him an opportunity, but Jonas has found a bit of space, takes on some big forwards there, recycling the ball for Glenwood. Hendrickse into the hands of Pretorius, short ball to Slabbit. Hendrickse again to the left hand side, looks like they might have men over. That's a brilliant floating pass into the hands of the number 7. Cutting back, Glenwood on the front foot here again, into the 10-meter line.
Ulbear with his first touch.
Good defending in the middle of the field from Drostdy though. Hendrickse, there was a run there from Cele, but he isn't given the ball. Good hard run there in the end from Conradi. Keeps the ball for Glenwood. Hendrickse is the man who wants. Slabbit is standing off for it. Slabbit takes it, short ball. Tyson just over the 10-meter line in Drostdy territory. Hendrickse with a little kick into some space. That's a brilliant rolling grabber from the scrum half. When your team's on the front foot, you can play how you like, and he looks like he's got a lot of string.
100%, and he looks like he's just grown in confidence as the game has gone. You mentioned that he was in I think an SA school side or something like that, showing his pedigree. 2 tries to his name in this game, and he's actually bossed things very well.
Drostdy with the line out. Nordia takes it, pops it down. Short ball into Grobler's hand. Christy Grobler beats a couple defenders, takes it up towards the 22. Elias back for Baxter to clear his lines. It's a good kick from the Flav, taking play down to the halfway line. Man on the field is Atwell. Into Cele's hands, who looks like he's shifted to fullback now. Steps one, gets taken in a good tackle in the end. Ball's there for Glenwood, good pop out, Atwell. Left, good hands, brilliant work there from Glenwood down the left-hand side of the field. Working really hard to stay in the field of play. They've set the ball up. Hendrickse wants to get Pretorius. Short ball. Oh, but they've lost the ball. Drostdy have come away with it. Glenwood trying to steal the ball on the ground, but the penalty goes away.
He hasn't rolled away. Quite right from BT to make that call. Disappointing end there for Glenwood. Done well to put the phases together and keep the ball in, but perhaps just took it wide, too early, and they ran out of support.
Okay. Bit of respite here for HTS Drostdy as they move on to the front foot inside the half of Glenwood. We got just under 12 minutes left in this encounter. So Nordia is the man they go to, but it's been stolen by Glenwood. Good quick hands there, Pretorius. Slabbit.
Big contact in the
crunching
midfield.
Stuff there, Luzolo taking it into contact. Hendrickse, Pretorius, Lafleur steps one, shows a good turn of speed as he beats a couple more, hacks it in the inside. It's not a bad kick, well taken in the end by Koen Jasper, who's found space on the right-hand side of the field. He's kicked it into his own player. Good grief.
A little bit of a falcon there.
It's a big man. Trevor Lopesha, weighing at 125 kilos, 1.9 meters. It's difficult to miss him if you're kicking towards him.
Probably felt like a ping pong ball for the big man. You won't be thanking Jasper for that.
No, definitely not. And it's something that you see far too often in rugby, I think, is the hack forward clattering into the head of one of his own players. I know Owen Farrell did it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Old Haskell
James
also
Haskell.
didn't know what was happening.
To the right-hand side, Pretorius, cut out pass, clearly hitting the line at a great speed and good angle. Glenwood have done well to keep this one. Pretorius again, dummy in goes. Oh, he's making good meters as the reserve fly half. Hendrickse coming to the left-hand side. That looks like Lutuli.
Caught behind the gain line there. Good defense from Drostdy.
Oh, that's interesting work for the breakdown. Glenwood lose the ball again when they were in a bit of space. Knock on is the call from BT. So advantage to Drostdy as they go to the right-hand side. Great show and go from Baxter. Play on. Hasn't gone forward. Little grubber through in the end from Gallant. And it's going to pop into touch.
Drostdy still within a sniff here. They're not relenting. And it must be said that the defense is good. It's been giving them all the opportunities that they've needed. Just one or two passes not going to hand in the desperation to try and move the ball out into the outside channels.
So more changes for both teams. Jersey number 6 for Glenwood coming on is Dion Needham as they win the line out. Hendricks has got some time to box kick this one, and he's got it off the park. So time running out here for Drostdy to make any sort of impact in this one. They do have the line out about 6 or 7 meters outside the Glenwood 22. Good attacking platform here. What do they have? Do they have any answers?
Taking it to a 6-man, yeah.
Oh, but unfortunately it's not clean and they've lost the ball. Glenwood with an opportunity. Great hands from Slavitt with a great step too. The number 8 pops it on the inside to the new man Needham, but he can't hold on. Knock forward Glenwood. Scrum down Drostdy, but unfortunately it just seems that Drostdy don't have any answers to Glenwood at the moment. They're running out of time to produce any.
Yeah, time's not on their side here. And unfortunately you see it again from both sides. Small little mistakes creeping into the game and costing them. That line out there, Drostdy, little knock on, and then a great break from Slavitt, but even he couldn't get that little offload away. Knock on, and Drostdy get another chance.
Drostdy with a attacking chance here. Christy Grobler with
what
a
a line
pass, great line, and it looks like they're going to get in here. Great step on the inside. What defense from Pretorius. Unfortunately, Rowan Janssen could have gone on the outside. Still there for HTS Drostdy. They go to the right hand side. They got numbers here. Nordia pass to his captain, and he's in. CJ van Rensburg gets over for the score. Drostdy looked determined. He's picked it up and he's heading back already to the halfway line. 7 minutes to go.
Captain CJ van Rensburg.
Great try for Drostdy there. Excellent scything run. I think it was from Galant who made the initial break. You take a look here. Nice hard line. Untouched. All he had to do was link up with the outside man. Maybe could have drawn and passed here, but he backed himself, cut back inside. Excellent tackle from Pretorius. But the Drostdy players were there in support. Picked the ball up off the deck, and they moved it through the hands. And the skipper, JC van Rensburg, gets over for the try.
The conversion from Baxter is good. 29-19, 10-point game with just over 6 minutes to go. So as we see here, they managed to get the ball to the right-hand side. They had men over. It was just a patience thing here. Nordia getting the ball, taking in a couple defenders, off to a skipper who did well to take that one. And with the defense shifting across, all he had to do was put one inside step in, and he was invariably going to go over for the score. Good try for Drostdy. Crucial that Drostdy win this kickoff if they want any chance of winning this one. They need to score in the next couple minutes. Oh no, he's let it bounce.
What's happened there?
Looks like he wanted to kick it. Looks like he was channeling his inner Ronaldinho trying to take it down off the volley. But they've got the penalty and they've gone quickly because he was tackled without the ball in the end. Elias with the box kick, but it's well read by Pretorius, who's got across there. But it's another penalty. Oh, not 10. Jeez, Blake Beatty's playing a lot of advantage.
He really is.
So that was one of the more interesting restarts I've seen.
I'm struggling to compose myself here. And for all it's worth, he got clopped a big hit as well.
So Drostdy can now take play down into the Glenwood half of the field. Probably didn't go as far as he would have liked that kick. But they've got an opportunity to get one more score here. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Just make the last couple of minutes interesting if they get themselves a score in the next 30 seconds. So Duplessis to feed the line out, goes to the back, but Nordia can't hold on to it. Elias gets the ball. Baxter with a little flick out the back, but it was a bit extravagant, no advantage. We're going to go back for the knock-on at the line-out from Glenwood. It seems that the line-outs have lacked a little bit of accuracy today from all teams. A lot of balls going over the back of the line-out.
Especially as the game's gone on, perhaps the players are just getting tired, communication's not quite right, timing's off, and we've seen a lot of balls go right over the back of the line-out.
As the sands of time drip down here, HTS Drostdy with just over 3.5 minutes to try and get a score as they make a substitution. Coming onto the field again, I think, as Tommy Bezade notes, Trevor Lopesha came on for him earlier in the match. And Bezade note back on. 120 kilo prop replacing 125 kilo prop. It's a problem that not a lot of sides have.
And he's come off fresh from a break, freshened up, grabbed a quick meat pie.
Get the electrolytes back. Huge scrum from Glenwood. They've managed to turn it over, but that's an early shove called from Blake Beattie. So free kick goes the way of Drostdy. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go.
Lacking some urgency here. You think they would be quick to get that ball into the corner. And no, they're going to take a quick tap. Glenwood have wisened up.
So Nordia gives it off into their hands.
Poseidonite is bounced off him.
I think we're going to see a yellow card. No arms in that tackle. Off he goes.
The replacement.
Lunga Ncube hasn't been on the field for that long, but he's going to spend the rest of the fixture in the bin.
Careless, really. There was no need to go flying in with a shoulder like that.
Blake Beattie quick to dish out the custard. 22-meter line, Glenwood half. HTS Drostdy, one last opportunity. 2 minutes left in the fixture. We've had some cracking rugby already today, and this is just sort of built on that. Duplessis feeds, Nordia takes. They decide to set them all. Good counter shove from Glenwood. Duplessis goes down the short side, but he's well met in defence by his opposite number.
Not the best decision he's made all day. He's let an excellent attacking opportunity go begging there, trying to sneak down the blind side.
Jacques Tyson just giving him a complimentary rub on the head after he tackles him into touch. And Tyson's going to feed the line out now. Oh, well taken in the end from Glenwood. Short ball into the hands of Needham, but unfortunately they haven't kept it. And HTS Drostdy have the ball. One last crack here. Glenwood trying to hold the ball up. The ball's there on the ground, no advantage. We're going to go back. Under a minute to go for HTS Drostdy to get one more score here. The game's gone, but can they get themselves another try? Close the gap right down. Another interesting game coming up after this fixture. We've had some good games today. It's Dale College against Hoërskool Framesby, the Battle of the Eastern Cape. The men from King Williamstown taking on the men from Port Elizabeth. Going to be another exciting counter. We've seen a lot already today. Who's been your standout in this fixture so far? Gareth?
I think it has to go to the Glenwood scrum half. Definitely Jaden Hendricks. He's given his side excellent direction, and he's grabbed 2 tries himself. Well-deserved tries. Definitely my man of the match. Although Khele's been a standout as well on the left wing. Made himself busy. It can get lonely out there if you don't look for work.
Okay, here we go. Drostdy with one last crack. Baxter, skip pass into the hands of Grobler, shows and goes. Gets rid of a couple defenders. He's been industrious today for the men from Worcester. To the right-hand side they go. Elias, Comfort can't hold on, unfortunately, but the penalty's gone the way of HTS Drostdy. Offsides is a call from Glenwood, against Glenwood. Pick and go. Duplessis.
Put his head down.
Elias looking up, comes to the left-hand side.
The big man.
Bezuidenhout takes a couple to bring him down. Drostdy managed to get the ball back again. Shown go from Elias, well defended from Glenwood around the fringes.
Greg, but he's managed to get to ground.
Good organised defence here from Glenwood. Comfort on the left-hand side. He has a little crack, runs across the field and then sees a little opening, but he's tackled well. Glenwood all over the ball, but it looks like they might be doing that illegally. Elias.
The big man, Bezuidenhout. He loves a crash ball.
Taking it up to the 5-metre line. Elias gets it into the hands of Baxter. The skip pass.
Lovely pass.
Brilliant ball into the hands of Cohen Jasper, who's going to go over for the score. Really good work there from HTS Drostdy, willing to have a crack right up until the final whistle.
And a consolation try, but well deserved. Really, really nice to watch that rugby. They kept patient and just reward for their efforts.
Yeah, good work there. No. Yeah, well, it seems that they should have probably tried to play a bit more structured rugby throughout the match. They spent a lot of time throwing the ball around sort of willy-nilly and didn't actually stick to the structures that I'm sure that they had pre-planned before the game. And that last try there showed a bit of patience, but it seems to be often what happens when teams have nothing to lose. Here we go. They just went to the right-hand side. Elias found his fly half, who held it up, made a good decision, skip ball out, and Cohen Jasper was going to go in for the score. It's a great conversion there. It's a good one. So it was a cracking game in the end, Gareth, between these two sides. Brilliant work from both teams. Glenwood coming away 29-26 victors. But that might not have been a true reflection on the game if you looked at it quite critically.
100% Drostdy, if they'd kept up that intensity that they showed in the first 5 minutes throughout the game, the result might have been different. But the Green Machine come out on top, and I know Coach Derek Heiberg will be quite pleased with that performance from his side.
So, folks,